He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer. I walk to Rin, who has been waiting, idly leaning against the wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off of them. You getting medications for your heart thingy?
Were you listening?
It comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her, and it's not her business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality, too. Talking about that kind of thing in public. He's kind of a dick, so I don't know what you expect. It's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty. But Rin's just staring past my shoulder, quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Tweet, tweet, motherfucker. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this.
Yeah, they're for my heart.
Will they make you better?
No, not really. They just make me a little less worse.
Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and she neither says anything further nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to all this. At the hospital it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building and Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it's still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a little more finished. There are human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall. See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's 'cause I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people, with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm or whatever it is actually there, to demonstrate even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around and it makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already, and keeps on blabbering, "Hasayo, you're just so rude, you're just like, ugh." So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I need to figure out, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost.
Why would hope be lost?
Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she's made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top.
So, this your project? You did all of this in the general area?
Yes. Yes.
You mean like all of it? Or just some of it?
Yes.
Nice, but
I stumbled my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into the minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard. I don't know why that would be the right kind of thing to say, if any. It feels like I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. Awkward turtle! Don't you want to ask?
How you paint without your hands?
see, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet.
Oh, I almost guessed that. Huh. But isn't that hard to do?
You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us had anything more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat?
Well, I mean, paintings tend to be flat.
Not like that flat. You know, flat. Like some people are, no substance, no meat, where there should be some. I know a few girls who...
Oh, okay, I get it, but I mean, I couldn't really tell. I'm not good with art. I can't name any artists or artistic terms, so I don't really have anything to say.
Is he like Brooklyn? I don't even know what I'm doing. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, "Suit yourself," without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if to look for something up there.
It's a bird, it's a plane. It's Isaiah.
I don't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp, like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizun. It makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed.
Why not? I'm not sure if I could be any help, though.
It's just mixing some paints. You can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems, like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe?
Not that I know of.
I get it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason.
No, it doesn't.
She looks like a fox.
Like a fox?
Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl,
like syrup on a pancake.
I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new, monotone hue. Rin sets off to work every now and then asking me for a hand with something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last What is that? Milliliter? Yes. Oh my god. There's so many eyes. Before she's satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Oh, painting with Rin. To be continued.